The Washington Wizards were one of the many teams that got screwed over on the night of the draft lottery. They had the second top odds to getting the number one pick, and they dropped to number six. And I honestly think if they were able to add Dylan Harper or Cooper Flag in this draft, they would have one of the brighter futures in the Eastern Conference, and they may be in the top half of that too. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I say it in every single rebuild now because it is true in real life and it's true in 2K. Rebuilding in the Eastern Conference is so much easier. It was so tough in my Jazz rebuild with the number 5 overall pick, where it took me 7 years to win a title with that team, which may be a realistic timeline for the Jazz because you got to go through the Thunder and the Timberwolves and the Spurs and the Mavericks and all these really good teams in the West that are going to be good next year and in the future. The East, 2K doesn't really give them, I think, as much respect as they deserve, and I think it is such a wild card right now, where, yeah, the Cavs could make a trade because they're in the second apron, same with Boston, like New York and Indiana are solid, but it is really wide open in the top half next year, especially with Jason Tatum out for the year. This team ended up going 18-64. I'm going to keep Brian Keefe as the head coach. And the Washington Wizards also have 2 first-round picks in the 2025 draft because they absorbed Marcus Smart's contract, they got it off Memphis's books for them, and they got their first-round pick this year as well, which just happened to be right outside the lottery, so that's really good for us. VJ Edgecombe goes number 1. This is crazy, man. Nico never wants to take Cooper Flag. I think I've only seen it happen once. All right, San Antonio didn't want to take him either. Cooper Flag goes to Philly. All right, so we got to make the Eastern Conference that much more difficult. Whatever. Number 4 is going to be Dylan Harper. Okay, so they are both off the board. Kamon Watch went number 5. Honestly, I was going to think about him at number 6, and I could take Trey Johnson, but I got him in the Jazz rebuild, and I think there's a really good chance Trey Johnson is off the board. I don't think they're going to take Colin Murray-Boyles, but man, Murray-Boyles and Alex Sarr defensively would be amazing. I am looking at a Kasparis Shakir-Chonis. I'm looking at Derek Queen, keep him in the DMV area. He's a Baltimore kid, went to the University of Maryland. He's got a lot of question marks to his game defensively, but I do think he could work out well. Or I could go Jeremiah Fears and hope he can develop into being our franchise point guard. So I think it's down between Fears, Yakushonis, and Derek Queen, because I'm still torn on what I want to do long-term with Alex Sarr. Do I think he's going to be our center or our power forward? This is tough. I think it's going to be between Kasparis or Derek Queen. I worry about Derek Queen spacing the floor, but I want to try this out. I want to get the hometown kid here to Washington, D.C. I mean, maybe I could trade up as well. Wow, Tahad Pettifer just went number 8. I don't think that's going to happen. Colin Murray-Boyles ends up going there. So McNeely went after. I mean, I could trade up. I could try to make a trade and try to get Fears or Yakushonis if they slip. Let's see what the Rockets do. They are trading the pick with Atlanta for Onyeka Okongwu. Not sure how that works for either team. And Trey Johnson, I mean, that is a steal, the fact that he fell that far. 11 is Kasparis, so he ends up going to the Blazers. I'm also going to offer this trade with a division rival on draft night. I want to see if there's still a Jordan Poole trade market. He's got 2 years left on the deal, $31 million a year. We know that the Magic need shooting and maybe a point guard. I would get their first round pick next year unprotected. I'd eat KCP's bad 2-year contract and Gary Harris for the next year plus as well. So when they do this, they're going to say no, it looks like. They want my 2028 swap. I prefer not to give up a first rounder if I'm taking on this much a bad salary, so I would give you 3 second rounders, and they agree to that. Okay, so Jordan Poole is now a member of the Orlando Magic, and I think I'm honestly all for getting another good veteran with championship experience in the locker room, like Chris Middleton, who's won a title. Marcus Smart's never won a title, but has been to the NBA Finals, and KCP's won 2 NBA Finals. Conkin fell really far in this draft. Jason Richardson, I would have definitely targeted. He's off the board. Richie Saunders goes from BYU. Don't think I've seen him being drafted yet. And Asa Newell goes 1 pick ahead of us. So I guess good things come to those who wait, as we still have Jeremiah Fears on the board. You could end up going with Diego Demon or Richard from Florida. He hit some big shots in the national championship game. LeBaron Philon could be interesting as well, but I'm going to go Jeremiah Fears. I think he's the best point guard available. And in the second round, I'm going to take a flyer on Hugo Gonzalez. Did not really do a whole lot offensively this past season for Real Madrid, but he's got good defensive intangibles. All right, so this was definitely an interesting draft class. We ended up with Queen, Fears, and Hugo Gonzalez, and I traded away Derek Queen. To no surprise, Chris Middleton opts in. We could see if there's some type of Chris Middleton trade market. I could take back a bad contract. I could give you Middleton, but I want some draft capital in return. Heck, I might even call it Philadelphia. You want to do Paul George for Middleton, but I need some draft capital. We'll see. Gonna obviously pick up the team option of Bilal. Still want to prioritize his development. Anthony Gill, we are going to let walk. Vucevic, I will give the qualifying offer to, but not to anybody else. And I don't think like Marcus Smart is going to get a ton of minutes, or maybe not any, but it's just good to have a veteran that I can mentor for Jeremiah Fears. I think Bilal is going to be like our small forward next year. We still have Kispert. I mean, I don't know if he fits our timeline, so there's a chance I can move Kispert this offseason. So we know that the Detroit Pistons are looking at some shooting around Cade Cunningham. We'll see if they're going to be able to bring back Malik Beasley and all of this, but they can go out and get Corey Kispert. Do I have to take back Fontecchio? I don't know if I can get 2 first-round picks from them, like a lottery protected first and a 2028 unprotected first for Corey Kispert, who is an elite 3-point shooter. They're going to say no, but I'll give them this 2026 swap worse between OKC and Houston, and I'll take their 2029. Let's do that. And this allows more minutes for some of the wings, more so, I guess, Bilal and definitely Keyshawn George next year, and AJ Johnson as well. I want those guys in the rotation. And I'm going to trade Saddiq Bey within the division. I'm going to send him to Charlotte. Obviously, they just need guys that could play. I'm going to get 4 second rounders for him. All right, so going into next year's season, we're going to have Sarr as the 5 for now. Holmes is the backup. We're going to have probably Derek Queen starting at the 4. Like, I am going to change some of these positions around. Like, I want Keyshawn George, I think, as a small forward. And I'm going to want Bilal as a small forward as well. And I still never get why in 2K that they always not pick up Keyshawn George's team option. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to renounce the rights on everybody here besides Vucevic. And I also created a nice trade exception with Corey Kispert, because actually I would like to bring back Vucevic instead of having Richaun Holmes as my starting center next year. So I'm going to give him a 2-year deal worth around $10 million, $11 million. There we go. All right, here at Play Progression, Alex Sarr is an 85, Bilal's an 83, Keyshawn's an 83, Middleton, Smart, and Holmes regress a little bit. No shocker there. All right, so is there any contract extensions I want to get done before the season starts? Middleton, yeah, we're going to let that contract run up this offseason. So we're pretty much good to go to next year's season. I do need to release somebody before the season starts. Does Gary Harris have like a player option that I don't know about? He does not, so yeah, we'll release Gary Harris. We do have to eat into, yeah, we're gonna have a ton of money off the books with Middleton, Holmes, and Smart. That's like over $60 million, but we still have to pay KCP 1 more year after this year. All right, so let's see what we got here. They want to start Marcus Smart. Honestly, no, I'd rather just start Jeremiah Fears in there and see what we can get out of him. I don't really want to play Richaun Holmes. I'm gonna play Vucevic like 13 minutes a night. We'll go about 16 to AJ Johnson, 16 to Champagnie, 20 to start off the year for Keyshawn George, and I definitely want Bilal in the starting lineup, so that means Middleton is going to come off the bench. Actually, we can go a little bit bigger of a lineup. We could start Middleton. He's only going to play like 20 minutes a night. I'm going to go 32 to Sarr. I'm going to go 33 to Bilal. 26 to Fears is fine. 26 to Queen is fine. Let's go 28 to Bob Carrington. I got about 10 minutes remaining here, so we can get Hugo Gonzalez in here. Probably not NBA ready in the slightest, but I just want to see what this team is going to look like. We do own our first-round pick for the 2026 draft, so I don't need to worry about that. Well, actually, I lied. It's top 8 protected. 2K likes to give it to Knicks all the time because they don't have it accurate in this game. It is top 8 protected, so maybe not the end of the world if I'm picking inside the top 8 one more year. All right, so we are here at the trade deadline. We are really bad. We are 14 and 35, which, I mean, Wizards fans may be over this, but I promise you, I think next year is going to be where we want to go. And 2K had a lot of these guys' shot tendencies really low, so Sarr was averaging like 10 points per game for most of the year. So I did fix all of them. I didn't realize how many were messed up. Sarr, I think, has been pretty solid, though, for us in year number 2. Fears has looked really solid as a rookie. That free throw percentage is looking really strong out of the gate. Derek Queen, 4 assists a night from somebody at the power forward position. He's getting mentored by Tristan Vucevic. Not really the biggest veteran in the world, but hey, that 3-point shot is hopefully going to teach him the ways right now. AJ Johnson, though, is having a really good year. 35.9% from 3, 11 points, still just 21 years old. Keyshawn George had a shot tendency in like the 20s, so I'm not worried about his scoring right now. It's going to get better over the course of the year. And to be honest with you, although Chris Middleton has been great, I'm not going to buy him out. I think I am going to remove him from the rotation. We're just going to start Bub Carrington. Actually, no, we're going to start Keyshawn George. I like Carrington in the 6-man role right now. So yeah, we are going to just remove Middleton from the rotation. I just want to play the young guys. So we're going to go like 15 minutes a night to Hugo, 15 to Vucevic. I want to go 20, like 3 to AJ Johnson. And yeah, let's go about 26 to Keyshawn George. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. All right, so Wemby just won the 2026 MVP. Cooper Flagg is in the Eastern Conference. Come on. The Sixers signed Josh Giddey as well. They might be a really good team this year. John Morant won Clutch Player of the Year. I'll spoil it right now. I just know for sure we did not get anybody on the All-NBA teams. That would be kind of crazy if we did. Sarr? No. It would have been cool if he made an all-defensive team, but I think that can happen soon. Derek Queen. I think a very productive rookie year. Very fun offensive talent. He's an extremely well ball handler for somebody at his size, and he's very elusive getting downhill to the rim. And then we did get Jeremiah Fears on all rookie second team as well. I think he can be a really good point guard for us going forward. So yeah, I'm not even going to look for us in the play-in tournament. We did not win a lot of games this year. We won 27 games. The Chris Middleton teams were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, so we're going to have the 3rd projected pick going into the lottery. We'll see if we get lucky. The Jazz were really bad. then Milwaukee was really bad as well. So here were the playoffs or the player stats this year. Bilal ended up being our leading scorer. Honestly, the numbers didn't really jump up a ton from last year, but the efficiency went up, and I think that's a step in the right direction for a big year 4 coming for Bilal, seeing what that contract extension could look like. If I can extend him this offseason, like below or around 20 million a year, I will do that. I would say the most impressive season out of anybody was probably AJ Johnson. Like, Keyshawn George was better, and I think he will continue to get better. He was somewhat raw coming out of Miami, in my opinion. Hugo, we'll see if you're going to crack the rotation next year because we may bring in some new names. So Wemby, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Karl-Anthony Towns, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, a rematch of a finals a long time ago as the Spurs beat the Knicks like they did back in the early, I think it was the year 2000. LeBron, Russ, Drew, Draymond all retire. So 2 guys, 2009, 2008, 2012, and 2003. So a couple different draft classes retire. Doc Rivers retires. I saw Gary Harris retired as well. Wizards legend. And here we are for the draft lottery. Don't worry, I will be getting my first round pick. Okay, Orlando was bad. Now, I don't know if there's a swap involved with their pick, so I'm not going to get my hopes up. But let's see what ends up happening here. We are picking 3 in a 3-headed draft. Let's go. And we're also going to be picking at number 8 from the Jordan Poole trade. How about that? I guess Jordan Poole did not work out there. We also have Detroit's pick at 25 from the Corey Kispert trade. But yeah, I'm getting my first round pick back. I think I may keep Brian Keefe just for 1 more year as the head coach. And yeah, I'm going to take AJ Debinca, Cameron Boozer, or Darren Peterson, whoever falls to number 3. Of course, the San Antonio Spurs and the OKC Thunder are picking 1 and 2. That's why my Jazz rebuild was so hard, because they're always picking in the top. AJ ends up going number 1. So we're landing either Cameron Boozer, which then becomes kind of interesting. I really hope I'm getting Darren Peterson here. I guess it depends. Okay, they're trading the pick to Miami for Bam Adebayo. Oh my God, Bam and Chet in that front court. So we'll see who they end up taking. They take Darren Peterson. I'm debating if I want to make a trade with them, but they're also within the in the division, and they traded up. I mean, you could roll out Cameron Boozer and Kel'el Ware, and that could make a little bit more sense than I guess Darren Peterson and Hero. And they also pick in a couple picks as well. So how about, let's see if they would do. Let's see what I would have to give up. So I would want Darren Peterson. He would slide in as our starting shooting guard next year, which would be kind of electric. And yeah, you got Tyler Hero. I guess he's listed as a point guard. I do not want Davion Mitchell. I want Darren Peterson for number 3. I feel like I wouldn't have to give up 8. I will give you 25, 42, and I will give you Justin Champagnie, who had a good year. Like, that is a decent amount. You're getting a little bit more depth, and Champagnie shot 39% from 3 last year. I kind of didn't, I glossed over how good he was for Peterson. They're going to say yes to that. So the Heat still are going to get a top guy in this draft, or they can mess it up. All right. Well, hey, they got Tori Yesisov or Tande Yesafu. When it says Yabusele, it messes me up. He's going to be a good player, but now the Pelicans just walked into Cameron Boozer. I mean, I can't control what Pat Riley's doing at the wheel right now. We have another trade. Thunder trading 5 for Damian Lillard. Who are they adding on draft night? Oh my God, are they not bringing back Chad Holmgren in restricted free agency or J-Dub? I thought that was going to be for Giannis, but they just traded for Damian Lillard and Bam Adebayo. Miami also ends up getting their shooting guard in Elijah Arenas. And then Dash Daniels goes. So we are on the clock here. Natum Ment is here. Chris Sinak is here. Like, what do we need at this point, right? Because right now on our team, I'm fine with like Fears and AJ Johnson being like the point guard duo. I'm good with Carrington and Peterson being the shooting guard duo. At the small forward spots, we got Bilal and Keyshawn George, maybe a little bit of Hugo. I guess I could add another power forward to be the backup, or this is where I could draft Chris Sinak and I can make Sarr a power forward and Derek Queen goes into a more off the bench role. I could also take Jaden Quintance, or I could take Caleb Wilson, Isaiah Evans from Duke, Kareem Lopez from the NBL. A lot of good options here. Dame Sarr from Italy as well, but I just don't know if I want another 2 guard. So I'm debating between Sinak or one of these bigs, between JQ or Caleb Wilson. Wilson is the youngest. I just don't know if I want another guy splitting. It's tough here because I think JQ could be a 4 and a 5, which intrigues me more than Sinak. So I'm gonna take JQ, but I'm gonna probably play him at center next year with Alex Sarr being the 4. And then I took somebody that I thought would have been a first round pick in this year's draft, but he went back to UConn, and I took Alex Caravan at pick 33. So we are gonna pick up the team option on Bilal, George, AJ Johnson. I'm gonna decline it on Colby Jones, because he's not going to crack the rotation, and Hugo Gonzalez. KCP opts in, no shocker there. We don't have any qualifying offers at the moment. So, I mean, like, if I brought back these guys, it would really just to be veteran guys off the bench. Like, I'm going to give Smart a 1-year deal. I don't really want to commit $8 million to Chris Middleton not to play for us. So I think I'm going to make AJ Johnson a point guard. He does go down 1 overall, but I do want him to play there a little bit more. And we do have enough money to go out and sign Trae Young, but I'm not going to sign that. I'm not going to do anything too crazy right now. I want to play the course. We're going to get expensive with some of these rookie guys. I'm going to sign Mohamed Fadi to a 2-year deal. He's somebody that could end up being a second-round pick in this year's NBA draft. Really good athlete. I believe from Senegal. And I'm also going to offer a deal to Andrei Stojakovic, who is the son of Peja Stojakovic. We're going to get Smart, Faye, and Stojakovic there. I think it just gives me some upside for some guys that we're not going to play. We could also sign Kevin Durant. That would have been pretty cool to bring him home, but I just don't feel like we need to do that right now. I'm going to keep this somewhat realistic, and I'd rather build through the young core. All right, so here we are at play progression. Sarr skyrockets to an 89. Bilal, 84. Like I said, it's going to be a big year for him. I'm excited to see what this team is going to look like next year. All right, so unfortunately, I can't re-sign Bilal because he's refusing to right now. Not really sure what's up with that. And I do need to release somebody before the season starts, so honestly, like, he wasn't going to be in the rotation. I'm going to release KCP. He can go sign with a contender, if a contender even wants him in the 2027 season. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like this year. I'm only going to give minutes to JQ and who's the other rookie? Darren Peterson, yeah. So it's going to be 28 minutes a night to the backcourt between Fears and Peterson. About the same minutes for Fears last year. We're going to get Bilal 34 minutes. He's like the toughest guy to evaluate this year because we're going to see if we want to extend him. Alex Sarr, JQ, getting 20 minutes a night, but we're going to put Sarr at the 4, see how that works. We're going to have Carrington, Queen, George, AJ Johnson, Vucevic, and Hugo Gonzalez all coming off the bench. And I will say, if Bilal does not take strides, and if I'm a little hesitant on if I want to re-sign him, there is a chance I could trade him at this year's deadline. So I wonder who's going to emerge as the number 1 option on this team. It may end up being Darren Peterson really quickly. All right, so things have not been going well for us here in 2027. I mean, this is pretty much going to end the Brian Keefe era as our head coach because when in doubt, you got to blame the head coach, right? We're currently on a 4-game losing streak. We have a negative 9.3 point differential. So we are the 3rd worst offensive team in the East, and we are the 4th worst defensive team. So I don't really know where things are going to go from here. Bilal, 3-point shot is not coming around. He's still just 22. We'll see what that extension could look like in the offseason. He's going to be restricted anyway. I don't think I'm going to trade him, though. Sarr, I like what I'm seeing from him. The efficiency is up, and if he could be like this elite stretch 4, this is basically Jaren Jackson Jr. 2.0. Darren Peterson's going to take a little bit of time, but honestly, he could average 20 points per game next year. Bub, 40% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Love that. Jeremiah Fears, we're not seeing an improvement in the efficiency, which is a little worrisome. Derek Queen was really productive last year. I think we're going to play him more and maybe get him back in the starting lineup for the second half of the year. AJ Johnson's been fine. Keyshawn's been fine. JQ, I think I probably started him too quickly. All right, so I'm going to do this trade with the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to give them Tristan Vukcevic, who I probably wasn't going to give a major extension to at the end of the year. He's an upgrade over Zeke Naji, and I do have to pay Zeke Naji $7 million next year on a player option he will opt in on. I get Denver's 2031 first-round pick, and I do have to give them a second. Naji, I'm not going to play. There's a chance I cut him before next year's season even starts. So I'm going to go Sarr back to the 5. I'm going to start Derek Queen for the second half of the year. I'm going to lower JQ's minutes a little bit. I think we can go like 10 to Hugo. Anybody else's minutes I kind of want to mess with? Maybe Bilal's going to go to like 31. We can go 30 to the backcourt. And let's go some more to Bub Carrington for the rest of the season. All right, so Luka Doncic of the LA Lakers wins MVP. Bang, there we go. We get the Rookie of the Year in Darren Peterson. Dylan Harper's your 6th man of the year. Wemby's your Depoy. Oso Ighodaro, shout out to the former Golden Eagle winning Most Improved. And Luka takes home Clutch Player of the Year. No super shocking names on All-NBA first team. Second team, you do have nothing insane either. Amen Thompson, more so I guess the defense, and also 7 assists a night is pretty incredible. No Wizards to be found. No Alex Sarr on an all-defensive team, unfortunately. We do get Darren Peterson on all-rookie first team. Still don't know why the Heat did not draft Cameron Boozer. That would have made the most sense. Jakob Jonas did not play his rookie year, but damn, it's looking a little bit better than Jeremiah Fears. That could hurt me. JQ ended up on all-rookie second team by default. Not a lot of good options. Yesafor was solid for the Miami Heat. We'll see how he can perform over time. I don't think we had like some late half surge, and we ended up with the worst record in the Eastern Conference, the 3rd worst record in the NBA, which I'm not going to say is unacceptable because I haven't really built a standard here, but I would say it's very disappointing. Bilal with a 54% true shooting, best of his career at 54.9, but it's just like, can he be the number 1 guy for us? Do I want to commit? What if some team offers him $30 million a year? Do I trust the defense that much as a complimentary piece around Darren Peterson? I'm not too sure. Derek Queen, 3-point shot took a little bit of a step back, but the field goal percentage is still solid. The free throw percentage is still solid. I like the 4 assists a night from a big man. I think we're going to have some question marks to make this offseason. I feel like the Wizards, like we've seen this, I mean, not with the Thunder because they've had their top guys, but you know what? You may have just too much depth, too many young pieces, and you're going to have to make some tough decisions. It's going to be very soon for the Utah Jazz. Maybe in a year from now, Taylor Hendricks won't be there, or Isaiah Collier won't be there. You never know as the Cavs beat the Thunder in 6 because you can't play all these guys. The Heat ended up with Kevin Durant, which is pretty cool. $48 million, he retires. Paul George retires. Kawhi Leonard retires. At one point, maybe we're the 1, 2, and 3 in small forwards now because LeBron was pretty much always there. So maybe 2, 3, and 4. And then obviously Jimmy Butler was in that tier as well. We are going to be firing Brian Keefe this offseason, so we will be getting a new head coach. And we do own our first round pick. We have the 3rd best odds. I don't think we own any swaps in there. So let's see where we end up. We end up dropping, oh my God, to 7. Oh boy, that is unfortunate. That is disgusting. That season, worst team in the Eastern Conference to get the 7th overall pick. That is brutal. Damn. All right. Well, that sucks. This season has not been fun for us. We are going to fire Brian Keefe. Let's just see who we want to bring in. Do we want to get Nick Nurse? Would he take this job? Ty Lue's got 0 offers. I mean, I don't mind going like somebody that's been there and done it before. Chris Finch as well. Quinn Snyder. I think we should try to bring in a veteran. I'm confident I'll get one of those guys. I can choose between Finch, Snyder, and Lue. And you guys know I like to sign Ty Lue. He's got that championship pedigree. All right. So we are here on the night of the 2027 NBA draft. We are projected to get Dylan McCoy or Brandon McCoy. I mean, that would be a pretty solid pickup for us. I think if we draft a wing, I don't know if I'm going to bring back Bilal. So I think we also have to figure out, has Jeremiah Fears showed us enough where he's our franchise point guard? So maybe if there is a chance I could take Brandon McCoy, we will do that. I don't think I'm going to trade anybody on draft night. A lot of our young guys are still under their team options, so I have to wait a little bit. I don't think I'm going to trade any of these guys here, and we could offer up extensions to Sarr, Bub, and maybe Keyshawn George this offseason. Memphis takes Tyrone Stokes. I think the clear 1-1 in the 2027 class right now. The Heat got this pick from the Clippers, and they're trading it. Oh my God. What? For Nick Smith? I thought that was going to say LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. That is a terrible trade for Miami. Charlotte takes Alex Costanza. Jeez, Hugo goes 3. Miami's up again there at number 4. And they ended up taking Brandon McCoy, the guy we were going to hope to fall to us. Elijah Williams goes. Caleb Gaskins goes. So do I want to take a point guard and like a Dylan Mingo? Do I want to take a shooting guard? Jason Crow, 6'5", 18-year-old out of Arkansas. I don't mind taking a chance on him or Dylan Mingo, who's 6'6" from Duke. I think I'm going to go Jason Crow. And yeah, I think this makes Jeremiah Fears potentially on the hot seat, potentially a trade candidate this offseason. And I'm packaging my 2 second rounders at 41 and 49 to OKC for some future second rounders. All right, so we are going to sign Jason Crow. He's a 73 overall, looks like a little bit more of a developmental guy, which I don't know if that's the route I should have taken. Alex Karabrand, $4.5 million team option. I'm going to pick it up. Actually, I'm not going to pick it up because I'm going to have to save some money this offseason. Bilal and Hugo are going to get the qualifying offers. Here's our moratorium stage right now. Smart, yeah, I don't mind bringing you back on a 1-year deal worth the minimum, but I'm looking and seeing Bilal wants $42 million. That is insane. I am not giving you that at all. Ugh, I wonder if there's a team out there that will give him that contract. So we are going to sign Smart. We'll renounce the rights on Caravan. Ugh, God, this is tough. I mean, we'll see. Like, Hugo Gonzalez was fine for us, and he's still just 21. And who knows, we may have some minutes opened up if I'm not able to bring back Bilal. I just don't see anybody really giving him a lot of money. I'll go with 3-year deal to Hugo. It's a deal I'm comfortable if it descends every year. So let's just kind of keep waiting here. I don't think I'm going to go after I've actually never signed Shea before. I've never signed SGA. Oh, man, now I'm thinking about it. Okay. Shea is still here, and we're on day 4. I'm going to offer Shea a deal. I've never been able to offer Shea a contract before. Please. Bilal takes a deal from the Clippers. Oh my God. If Shea accepts it, I'm okay doing a trade-off. I am. I got Shea. Oh my God, I got Shea. I'm basically trading away Bilal Coulibaly for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I can't turn that down. I don't know. I'm trying to think, Shea, you know what? OKC, they got Dame. You didn't like that. I mean, it's not like we're a good team. We were the worst team in the Eastern Conference again. But maybe he likes Ty Lue. I believe they overlapped in Los Angeles. Just kidding. They did not overlap in Los Angeles. But honestly, we're going to do this deal. Bilal's going to go to the Clippers. We are going to get Shea. That is kind of insane. That is. Welcome to the Washington Wizards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So now we, I think, are going to trade away Jeremiah Fears, who should have a good market this offseason at 20 years old, because I'm going to go with AJ Johnson as the backup. And now I kind of regret taking a point guard as early as I did in Crow, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. I think we could trade Jeremiah Fears to Utah. Do they have their point guard long term? Like, they still are running out George. They did draft Demon. I don't think they would go for Fears. And you know who can use a point guard? The Golden State Warriors in the post-Steph era. So can I get maybe a first-round pick? Maybe 2 first-rounders for Jeremiah Fears. One in 2028, one in 2031. They're actually going to say no to that. I mean, I could throw you a player as well. Do you want Zeke Naji? You actually kind of value him. There we go. And I do have my full mid-level exception. I could land like Isaiah Jackson. I could bring back Corey Kispert, but no, I got like so many guys that I want to get minutes to. So I want to sign a center that I'm okay playing and not playing at the same time. So like Neemias Queta, I'll give a 1-year deal to. Oh, I actually have about $12 million. That is kind of crazy. And I picked up Shai this offseason. All right, so we have our number 1 in Shai, and we have our number 2 in Darren Peterson. I'm excited about this team this year. All right, so Shai's at 97, Sarr's at 90, Peterson 87. I don't know if I'm going to re-sign Carrington this offseason because we got a lot of money tied up to the guards eventually. I definitely want to re-sign Sarr before the season starts. All right, so yeah, I can re-sign Sarr before the season starts. It's just so much money, but I think that's just the going rate. So I'm going to do, yeah, it's going to be around $160 million for 4 years. Welcome back, Alex Sarr. I'm not going to sign Carrington for that yet, or Keyshawn George. I think AJ Johnson, though, I would be willing to do something like this because that could become a good contract over time in today's NBA. So like 5 years, $67 million, including the last year of his rookie deal. I think that's really good value. So we just ended Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA. I'm recording this before the MVP announcement, so by the time you guys see this, the MVP announcement may be out, but he's got to win it, right? So I want to make sure he's got a 99 shot tendency. He is the number 1 option, and I don't even know if I'm going to play my number 1 overall pick. So we got Shai, Peterson, like Keyshawn George. Time to step up, man. You are going to be the starting 3 this year. We'll go Queen at the 4, Sarr at the 5. Like, I don't think Queta is going to play because I'm going to have JQ get those backup 5 minutes. So yeah, Queta is going to be out of the rotation. Do I want to give Stojakovic a shot or Mohamed Faye? I think I'd rather give... yeah, I'll go... kind of want to see what Faye can do. Let's go Faye instead of Queta. He can get like 8 minutes a night. Let's go 12 to Hugo. We're going to go 18 to JQ. We'll do 20 to AJ Johnson. 28 to Bub is good. 32 to Sarr. 30 to Queen. 32 to Peterson. How can I get 2 more minutes out of this? Let's go 1 less to Carrington. 1 less to Hugo, and I'm going to go 36 to Shai for the regular season. System proficiency is going to go to balance, which is going to be 4 stars. Shai, come on, I need you to cook for this team. We start off the year 2-2, which is better than most our starts, and Shai is averaging 23.8 out of the gate. And yeah, you add Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Ty Lue, bang, 38 and 16. We are the 1 seed. Talk about a worst to first challenge. I do want to see how the Clippers are doing. They're 17 and 34. I do see them sign Bilal sometimes in 2K, so maybe that's a trend. They gave him $160 million. And yeah, he's actually having a career year over there. So good for Bilal. You know what? We're happy for him, but we ended up with Shai, so that was a no-brainer for us this offseason. He's only averaging 22 points and 8 assists. I feel like that's just a 2K thing, but we do have a lot of guys that want the ball in their hands, and we have a very deep team as well. Derek Queen, struggling. There's a chance he gets bumped potentially out of that rotation. I don't know if I want to bump guys down, like Keyshawn to the 4, Peterson to the 3, but it's a possibility because I don't really have like a good enough small forward in mind. And Hugo, I think I'm kind of... like, I honestly am shocked I gave him 3 years as a guy for us, so there's a chance we're going to look to find maybe a different power forward at the deadline. I mean, maybe I just start JQ instead of Derek Queen if Derek Queen's 3-point shot is never going to fully develop. But somebody that's giving me 6 assists a night at the power forward position is pretty electric. So, you know what? We're the 1 seed. I don't really want to mess anything up. I could re-sign Carrington right now, which I think I will, but that'll happen in the offseason. All right, so Wemby is your MVP. Darius Cuff is your Rookie of the Year. Jeremiah Fears, 6th Man of the Year behind Steph. All right, yeah, he and Bilal leave us, and they play well. It's okay, and I'm glad he's playing more over there. Here's All-NBA first team. No super shocking names, I would say. All-NBA second team. We don't get Shai. Okay, the shape. Damn, okay. Shai does not get anything, which is kind of a shame. But here we are as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. I feel like if we were in the West, we'd be like the 4 or the 5 seed. So I'll take this. 57 wins, second most in the NBA, 8.9 point differential, second best in the NBA, only behind the 1 seeded Spurs over there. Alex Sarr had his most efficient season yet. The rookie extension has not kicked in yet, but it is on perfect timing for him. Bub Carrington maybe should have won 6th Man of the Year. Derek Queen was a little bit more efficient down the stretch. I don't think he's going to play as many minutes in the playoffs, but I do think he's going to start for us. So I'm not going to play Hugo. who didn't really take advantage of his opportunity this year. I mean, maybe I go to Muhammad Faye, but honestly, I think we're going to just run an 8-man rotation, which is something I don't normally do. But hey, it's the playoffs. So we're going to go 40 to Shea. We're going to go 38 to Peterson. I think we can go 35 to Sar, 30 to Bub, and then I got 3 more minutes. I think I'm actually going to go like 28 to Queen. I want to go more to JQ, and I think that's what we're going to roll with. So Carrington, JQ, and AJ Johnson going to play plenty off the bench. I'll go 1 more to Keyshawn George. So we're taking on Atlanta here in round number 1. They don't have Trey. They have, shout out to NC State legend, Jaquavion Smith. They got Daniels, Recess Shea Johnson, DeAndre Ayton is there. They got Trey Johnson in the draft and Danny Wolf. They have Malik Beasley off the bench, and they won game 1. I feel like I always lose game 1 as a 1 seed, but Jaquavion Smith versus Shea. Can Shea please outplay him? Please. 36 from Shea in game number 2. There we go. 18 from AJ Johnson off the bench. 17 from Darren Peterson. We win game 3, 133-127. Peterson with 28, Shea with 27. 55 combined between the backcourt. We win game 4. There we go. We blow them out. Peterson and Queen. Okay, Darren Queen. What a stat line. 25, 15, 4, and 3. You'll love that. Game 5, bang, goes to the Washington Wizards. 132-107. That's what I'm talking about. We're taking on the Toronto Raptors here in round number 2. And here are the playoff numbers with Shea dropping 27, Keyshawn dropping 21. Look at that. So we're taking on Toronto. Mikal Brown, Grady Dick. They have Daniel Gafford over there. They have Jacoby Walter. They have a good bench. Philadelphia, 2K does not like. They have Cooper Flagg. And Cooper Flagg balls out when he's in Dallas. But here, how are they this bad every year? I think it's Embiid. Because in my Sixers pick rebuild, I didn't win at all, I think, until I traded away Joel Embiid. So it's something to look at in 2K. We do win game 1 against Toronto. Bub with 25, Shea with 23. I think the Wizards haven't made it to a conference finals in like 30 years. So this is huge. We win game 2. Well, let me not get ahead of myself, right? We could definitely blow this. Game 3, we do end up winning by 10. Darren Peterson with 33. Can we win game 4? Can we sweep them? Yes, we can. So we go 8-1. We lost our first game in the playoffs, and then we proceed to go on an 8-game winning streak. And this is kind of cool because I believe us and the Bucks were the 2 worst teams back in 2026. And here we are in the conference finals. I'm excited to see what their team looks like as Peterson dropped 23, Bub dropped 20. And we know they don't have Damian Lillard anymore. They got Josh Giddey at the 1. Okay, they got Jaden Ivey at the 2. They got Lou Dort at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Chris Sinak at the 5, with a cuff Wizards legend, Jordan Poole off the bench with Dosunmu, Kevin Porter Jr. and Joshua Primo, great character guys off the bench. And then, yeah, you got Giannis there at the 4 at 33 years old. You got the 1 and the 2 seed over there in the West. Game 1 goes to Washington, 118-105. This is also the Chris Middleton, the Kyle Kuzma game. Giannis for Shea in a playoff series is pretty electric. We win 146-132. Shea is going off in round 3. Bang! There we go. We are on. Oh my God. An 11-game winning streak. 12-game winning streak. That is insane. We lost the first game of the playoffs, and then we proceed to not lose again. We are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA Finals. Shea versus Ant, what we're currently witnessing in the Western Conference Finals. Did San Antonio blow a 3-1 lead? Yes, they did. That is brutal. So we're taking on Washington. I can't speak. We're taking on Minnesota here in the NBA Finals. Alex Sarr had a really good conference finals. So let's see. Minnesota's got Ant. They got Quickly, McDaniels, Newell, Nasrid at the 5, Dillingham, Mitch Robb, Isaiah Joe, Nolan Traore, and Alex Caruso off the bench. We win game 1 by 26. Shea with 25, Sarr with 24, Peterson with 22. Can we win game 2? Bang, there we go. 135-128. Peterson with 28, Bub with 23. Let's win game 3. Bang. Oh my God, wait. I forgot about the winning streak. 40 for Peterson. This is insane. We are on a 15-game winning streak. We lost the first game of the playoffs. Oh, we're not going to win in... the winning streak is over. Hey, what if we blow a 3-0 lead? That would be something else. Let's see if we can win the NBA Finals at home. We outscore them in the first half. Okay, they're coming back a little bit, so this is going to make me a little bit nervous. We're up by 7, up by 4 with 3 minutes to go. And is Shea on the bench? Why is Shea on the bench? How many timeouts we got? We got 2. Okay, so immediately when I get the ball next, I'm calling a timeout. Isaiah Joe guarded by Bub Carrington. Derek Queen is guarding Jay McDaniels. Keyshawn George is guarding Ant, which I'm okay with. And Darren Peterson gets a lot of comps to Anthony Edwards out of high school, so I wonder, yeah, that would be a nice matchup there. They're running a play for Ant. Keyshawn George is right there. Ant's going to miss that. Do I call timeout? Yeah, let's call it. No! I want to finally use Shea in a non-Thunder rebuild, and he fouled out. So AJ Johnson is currently in. Don't know how I feel about that. I think I'd rather just get Bub back in as the 1. So let's see what Peterson can do. He's going to get a screen from Queen. It's gonna announcers are gonna love to say that next year. Peterson to the rim right at Asa Newell. That was not what I wanted, and I just fouled him as well. Oh my god, and they called a transition take foul on that. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm gonna choke this game. Anthony Edwards going to the rim. Sar can knock at the block, and he finishes that. It's a 1-point game, and I don't know who to go to. I do not know who to go to with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander fouling out. Okay, Darren Peterson screen. Can we get Anthony Edwards in the air? We can't. Derek Queen inside, guarded by... I just don't feel like I'm going to create separation there. Great. I just don't know who we could trust. Bub. Can I trust Bub? I don't like that being an off-balance three. And he misses it. Queen with the rebound. Queen, let's go. Derek Queen, 18-8, monster rebound right there. I also wish, as I'm losing my breath, that he had the long sleeves like he wears at Maryland. That is not in this game. And pulls up for three. Let's go. We baited him into that. Up by 3. Let's see what the 2024 draft class can do. 3 of them are out here right now. Bub inside. Can we get Naz Reid in the air, and Sar throws it down. 5-point lead for the Wizards. Anthony Edwards is, going right around Darren Peterson. Just no and ones. All right, still a 3-point game. Derek Queen, Bub, what do I want to do here? I don't know if I want to do a step back. Oh, he kind of got him moving a little bit. We can run a pick and pop. I'd rather have ran it with Sar. Peterson, honestly, downhill. Why'd they pull up? Why didn't I just go straight to the rim? That was stupid. 48 seconds left. Anthony Edwards in transition. He pulled up. 1-point game just like that again. Bub Carrington driving to the rim. Keyshawn George over to Alex Sar. What is this spacing? Oh, God. Keyshawn George. I haven't gone to him yet. How does this look? Keyshawn George to the rim. No foul call. Okay. Well. Oh, this is going to suck. All right. I probably should have got a different point guard out there for defensive purposes. I need help. Sar, I need you to help me out here. Okay. We're here with the help. Sar with the block. Let's go. Alex Sar. The rim protector. I don't know if he made an all defensive team. Like, I may have missed it. But let's go. Maybe the game winning, series clinching. Okay, block. And then Bub Carrington misses the first free throw. Can you please hit the second one? He does. All right, so it's a 2-point game. They can easily send this to overtime. Sar, get down the floor. Just in case. I need some help defense here. No threes. And just like that, Anthony Edwards drives by me. I mean, it's Anthony Edwards, right? I can't stay in front of him for too long. But yeah, I'm getting destroyed right now by Anthony Edwards. I don't know if I should go to Darren Peterson. I trust him the most offensively. Queen with the screen. Peterson with the pull-up, please. How do you miss that, Peterson? Come on, man. Come on. Please don't blow this. Guys. Oh, we're down by 1. 3 minutes to go. We're up by 1. Tie game, 2 minutes to go. All right, I wish Shai was in, man. Like, why did Shai have to foul out? I know I can watch it, but I kind of want to play this as well. Maybe I should watch it. Okay, Bub, can you get to the rim? I don't want to force anything. Sar, can I get Naz Reid in the air? I cannot, but Sar can dribble it very well inside. I had, I think, a lane right there. Can I get him in the air? Sar with the left hand. Okay, he's going to the free throw line. Kind of got lucky, and Naz Reid just fouled out. All right, Sar's first free throw is good. Didn't look beautiful, but hey, we got it to go down. Can we hit the second one? Give us a 2-point lead. Come on. Oh, he misses it. Damn it. Okay. So they're going to kick it up to Anthony Edwards. Darren Peterson can't stop him all night. Darren Peterson stops him right there. Yes, let's go. And we get the rebound. Finally, a good defensive possession by Peterson. All right, Bub Carrington coming off some screens. Not going to get a great look. Can we get him in the air? Yes, we can. And then Bub with the midi. He is too shifty out there. 23 points for Bub Carrington. All right, we're up by 3. They got Mitchell Robinson out there, who I do not need to respect at all. Sar is right here. Okay, we're good. Carrington, quickly, they can kind of get some player comps for sure to each other. McDaniels, we just don't want any threes. We're good. Keyshawn with the good closeout. He's going to miss that. Mitchell Robinson, oh my God, and where is the... Oh my God, we are so lucky Anthony Edwards missed that. How did he miss that? Wow, Mitchell Robinson does what he does best, gets offensive rebounds. Honestly, I'm calling for the screen, but I'd rather just waste some clock. Let's get the screen from Sar. Or Queen. I trust Bub the most out here right now. Bub to the rim. Bub with the left hand. He's so smooth out there. Bub, Carlton, Carrington, let's go. And Anthony Edwards gets just an easy dunk right there. Makes it right back to a 3-point game. Okay, they're not going to press, which is interesting. I mean, they don't have to. They get a stop. They easily have a chance to tie it. I don't think there's anybody I trust out here more than Bub right now. I thought it was going to be Darren Peterson who needed to take over, but no, it is Bub. All right, we're going to try to waste as much time as we can. We're going to get the Sar. I don't know if I should do a pick and roll, but we're going to try the pick and pop. No, Bub to the rim. Wow, they tried to play out there for Sar. Easy dunk. 5-point game, just no threes. All right, they're trying to run a play for Ant. We're here with Peterson. Oh, I almost got that steal. No and one. Oh, that was scary. I almost fouled. All right, they're going to play the fouling game. They don't have any timeouts, so Bub, I need you to go 2 for 2 here. All right, first free throw from Carrington is good. There we go. He's got 28, man. I wonder how many minutes Shea fouled out in. And he goes 2 for 2. 2 clutch free throws from Carlton. All right, so they're going to go to Ant, obviously. I don't know if they're going to settle for a 3 here, or he's going to just try to get to the rim. Just don't foul. He might miss. Nope. Ant is too good, man. He's OP in this game. All right, let's get the ball back to Bub. As long as he doesn't go 0 for 2, we should be fine. And he's going to hit that for a 30-piece. Bub Carrington with a 30-piece here in game number 5. Bang, 31 for Bub Carrington. Just no threes, and we're fine. I mean, we're up by 5 or 10 seconds left. We're pretty much chilling right now. Asa Newell's probably not the guy they want taking the 3. Well, I just ate those words. He knocks down the 3 to make it a 2-point game. Let's get the ball back to Bub. They may actually have a shot here. They're going to have a shot if Bub goes 1 for 2. All right, Bub, let's see what we can do here. He's going to knock down the first one. He's got 32. Is 2K going to allow me to hit 6 free throws with Bub Carrington? Yes, they will. All right, that is pretty much the dagger. Just no 4-point plays here, and we are going to be winning the NBA Finals. I'm not even jumping. I don't care who shoots it. Anthony Edwards shoots it. He's going to miss that. And the Washington Wizards are going to win your 2028 NBA Finals. How about that? 1 year with Ty Lue, 1 year with SGA, and they get it done. And Finals MVP is actually Darren Peterson, who was kind of non-existent there in game number 5. I mean, he averaged 24.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Shea ended up fouling out in 28 minutes. He was 4 of 13, so we kind of got bailed out in this game. But it was cool that the supporting cast played 40 minutes and won us the finals there. Derek Queen had 6 turnovers from a big, but yeah, and had 56. It was not enough. This was a really fun rebuild. This has to be, I think, one of my favorite rebuilds I've done in recent memory. And I think it was just getting the fresh face of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I kept Sarr and George and Carrington and AJ Johnson along the way. We built through the draft as well with Peterson. Didn't have to make this longer than it had to, and I got Derek Queen in the draft as well. Even gave Hugo Gonzalez a shot. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think the Washington Wizards should do with the 6th overall pick in the NBA draft. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new and just want to enjoy content like this throughout the NBA offseason. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.